Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Wednesday, tomorrow, marks 200 days of this Congress and 200 days of House Democrats delivering for the people. Together with President Biden, we have created millions of jobs since he took office at a faster pace than any president in U.S. history. Economic growth projections are up, wages are up, and unemployment is down. With the passage of the American Rescue Plan, we have brought needed relief to families across the country. More than 160 million Americans, think about that number, 160 million Americans are now fully vaccinated against COVID-19. And nearly 70% of adults in the United States have received at least one shot. We invested in helping schools reopen safely and to make up for lost learning time. We sent money to states and to local communities to help keep child care providers on the job and to lower costs for working families. And we got more than 163 million economic impact payments into the hands of hardworking Americans in 2021. And last week, child tax credit monthly payments began hitting the bank accounts of roughly 39 million households, covering almost 90% of children nationwide. That is historic. Let me repeat, historic tax relief for nearly every working family across the United States. And behind each of those numbers is a family member, a neighbor, a colleague faced with untenable circumstances, getting the support that they need. Last week, I had a chance to sit down, Mr. Speaker, with families in my district. I represent northern Colorado, wonderful place. Many of these families shared with me exactly what these child tax credit payments will mean for them and for their families. Annie in Boulder, a woman that I met last Wednesday, she's 8 months pregnant, and her child tax credit payment is helping her pay for health care while she's on maternity leave until she's able to return to work full-time. Johanna from Fort Collins already received her credit on July 15th, and she will use that credit to pay for a summer camp for her son. Others shared how these payments will help pay for their child care, for food, for rent payments. Child tax credit payments for many Colorado families, for many California families, for many Texas families, for many Montana families, for many American families is a lifeline. Because the payments mean money in the pockets of hard-working parents that will ultimately help strengthen our economy and build better lives for their families. The bottom line is that with the child tax credit and with the American Rescue Plan, help is here for so many. I recently had an opportunity to take a road trip across my district to see what the American Rescue Plan has meant for families in northern Colorado, from Boulder County to Larimer County up to the Wyoming border, from Vail to Grand Lake to Bailey, Evergreen, many places in between. Visiting with families and small business owners, child care workers, and communities. And we heard story after story after story about how these funds are helping our communities, providing support to local food banks who have seen skyrocketing demands, providing a needed lifeline to small business owners and renters, and supporting, as I said, our cities and counties amidst the unprecedented moment that we are all experiencing. We have always said that at this time of unprecedented challenge, we could not leave our families or our communities to weather this moment alone. Well, we have not. President Biden has not. House Democrats have not. Senate Democrats have not. And we will not. 200 days, Mr. Speaker. 200 days of shots in the arms, money in pockets, children in schools, people in jobs, and our work is just getting started, because we will continue to deliver for the American people, Mr. Speaker.